I think we're literally at the
in-
breakfast table.
So from my understanding, this was in the room that Rala and Kayla used last night.
Yes, that is what I had the impression as well, that it was like in their room, sort of, not just out like in the middle of
I thought
the
we were in
tavern.
a common area.
I think we all had a very split opinion of where we thought this conversation was
Apparently,
happening.
yes. That's why I
I
was
thought-
confirming. I was like, I'm not sure this was.
I thought this conversation happened on the wall where they found me. I'm kidding. I just wanted to throw
Shut
in
up.
a secret third option.
Yeah, you can't throw a secret turn after we got two people thinking one thing, two people thinking another. You need to give a serious opinion here.
I thought it was like in the living room area.
Yeah, no,
or
this is
something.
like this is like we at our breakfast table because we were just discussing with Lucina about the Temple of Hestia investigation right after we discussed with the Horny Forny.
So is this back
And-
at our house then?
No,
No.
This is at the inn.
The inn,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like a common area in the inn though. That was my impression. Because
Okay.
I remember like
I thought
walking
we'd
in and
also
out of
been
it
to
here
your
and there.
No, if that's what three people think, then that is probably what was established. Or maybe you three are just fabricating the same memory, but we'll never know. Democracy wins.
Wait, what was it you said, Azivel? Repeat it right here.
You fabricated. Oh, fuck.
You know the one. Fuck, that was good.
Yes, I hit gold on that one.
Ah, that was good.
It was like if everyone remembers the same event, then doesn't that basically mean it did happen?
That it did occur, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I got goosebumps again. Anyway.
Or if all people involved remember an event, then who's to say it didn't happen?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
But in that case, we're going to say that you all cornered this poor child in the breakfast table, inquiring to her about many things. Not necessarily inquiring, but mostly trying to get her to drink a vial of holy water, to which she was very resistant to do for a very long time. And after a lot of back and forth with her growing increasingly more uncomfortable and eventually asking Rala for some backup here, which Rala provided by way of strongly arguing that her friend would never be such a thing as she was being accused of. We had left off with Kayla uttering a few choice words in the Infernal tongue after a vial of holy water was tossed at her and just like sort of bounced right off. She spoke some words and cast a certain spell, to which I believe I recall that Lilia, Lucina, and Sister Catherine had failed their saves against.
Yep.
In the chat here, if we go just purely off of the rolls, then my Zell would also be a failure, but I think there might have been some sort of like mix up with the modifier.
Not the roll is a fail. My Zell is a failure. I'd like to let that one sink in a little bit.
Yeah, because intelligence and charisma are the same modifier, right? Or are the same? I need to remember the roll
Will
system.
save.
What was the roll? That was a will save.
Yeah, you rolled a wisdom save.
Yeah, then wisdom is
So
reflex. So my will save would have been like 3 higher than that. So it would have been a 20.
A 20, which does save, yes. So that's what happened. In which case, I will say that Lilia, Lucina, and Sister Catherine are thereby frightened of little Kayla there. And before we continue anything else, since a not harmful but aggressive action was taken by someone in the conversation, we are going to roll into initiative. But before you roll, nobody roll yet. We're gonna have a special little thing here, since this is Not, at least not yet. I don't know what you guys are planning. This is not really like a brawl sort of situation. But I will say that if you want to spend your turn only on talking, like you don't wish to take any action except talking, you
Food is
will
here. Give me
take like
3 minutes.
Hmm?
My food is here. Give me a couple minutes. Sorry.
Well, I will explain the mechanics anyway in case you guys have other questions. But basically, if you tell me, Daka, I'm only going to be talking during my turn, then you get priority and you're like going to go before everyone else. So that you can like sort of like say your piece before anything else is done in the combat. But that's going to be your turn. You're not going to take any other action, movement, or whatever. You're just going to talk. If you don't prioritize talking, and you have to make this decision before rolling, by the way. You can't just like look at a bad initiative roll and go like, oh, actually I want to talk. Not how it works. And I am going to hold you guys to that. Like, I'm not going to let you do shit aside from talking. If you don't choose to talk, then you're going to be limited to like talking on your turn, but just a little bit, you know, like not full conversations, not sentences. There's not going to be like replying and back and forth doing turns. Because in this specific instance, I'm going to make you guys choose if you guys want to talk or if you want to do other things. So on your turn, you don't get both, essentially. Just a limited form of talking. That applies to Kayla too, but I'm not going to tell you guys which she is picking at first.
I know I would be talking, not acting.
Okay. So you're going to get priority. Any of you two also want to take only talking?
I wish to have a little reminder. I don't think I see it on my sheet, but is mental. What is she called? Intellect Fortress. Is that up at the moment for? I don't think so, right?
I
Didn't
don't
have
think
advantage
it
on your
was.
throw.
Yeah. So like the only action I would like to take would be to refresh that for everybody. But other than that, I'm down to talk or listen. Like until further notice, unless this girl just like blows up.
Sorry, I was replying to work saying. What did you say?
I said the only action I would like to take is Intellect Fortress, refreshing that on everybody. Other than that, I'm down to talk and or listen. And I said unless this girl like in the next turn or two decides to go balls to the wall.
If you intend to cast Intellect Fortress, then you're taking a normal turn this round.
Correct. Yeah.
You can change that option on the next.
Oh, okay,
like,
it goes by
initiative roll.
turn. Okay, I see.
Yeah, because we roll, you know, per
True that.
per round. So at the top of the round, I'm gonna ask that again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. How's this work?
Essentially, before we roll initiative at the start of every round, you choose if you're going to take a normal turn or if you're going to talk. If you choose to talk, then you can say like whatever length of thing you want to say. That doesn't mean people are going to reply to it. Just means that you can say your piece with calm, etc., and you go before everyone else does. But if you don't choose to talk and choose to take a turn, then you can take an action, you can take movement, you can take whatever you want, but talking will be limited to just like a sentence, something like very short. And still, like, people can only speak on their turns. I'm going to enforce that for this dynamic. And you choose to do so before rolling, so you don't get to like, you know, oh, my initiative is crap, I'm gonna talk. And just for reference, you guys are at. I don't have like a dining area map on hand right now, but you guys are in a pretty, not in a very spacious space. You know, you're on a table, sort of like near a window. Everyone is currently within essentially like melee of each other because you're around the breakfast table, so everyone is sort of like within 5 feet of each other in a sort of arrangement of sorts. The highest distance that you can get, like going away from the table would be something like 15 feet, 10 to 15 feet in this circumstance. But yeah, basically that's it. Any area effects that you catch, that you produce, would be very difficult to not catch other people, just because of the. This is not a very large inn, establishment. It's kind of cramped. So, Lilia wants to just talk. Who else? And does anyone else want to only talk? Where is initiative? Combat. Create encounter. Nobody else wants to only talk?
I think Ryan would
I'm
just be kind of like flabbergasted at, the act of hostility. So she's not going to be like super gung ho. Just kind of like deer in the headlights right now.
Okay. So I think you guys are going to need to drag your tokens to roll yourselves into the initiative, probably.
Yep.
In which case you're free to do that. And
Oh my lord.
let me see here. Oh, this is kind of... Yeah, I haven't put Kayla in Founder yet, so I'm just gonna... I didn't think I would need a token for her. But I forgot that you need tokens for initiative. So I'm just gonna do this.
Did you start a new encounter? Just to...
I started a new encounter, yeah.
Okay. Dog water.
What was that exhaustion?
That was an. I have exhaustion. Me and Aluna both have exhaustion. I was just. I accidentally toggled it.
What?
Alexa,
Alexa just decided to pop off.
Oh my god, the ghosts.
why was Alexa playing Red Velvet?
Oh my god, the ghosts. Run away. Run right now.
She literally that is so weird, because I was talking about Red Velvet with someone earlier, and I swear she just started playing Bad Boy. No, it wasn't Bad Boy, it was Psycho.
Nice.
Oh, watch out. Watch out.
Maybe your Alexa's trying to warn you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Kayla. Where gonna take a while for me to get used to this. Okay, so everyone roll initiatives normally, and if you're talking, then I'm just gonna set you up before everyone else. So currently only Lilia is taking the talk option, right?
Is the initiative correct for the debuff that it applies? Minus
If you
2
have
per
it-
level.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it says you're exhausted. You have exhaustion, so that should be
Yeah, I
correct.
was just making sure that it was applying correctly. Yeah, minus 2.
I think it was -1.
It's in here. Roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level.
2? Holy shit! It's worse than I thought. But yeah, I'm sure it's correct then. More correct than I am. Got me feeling like a psycho. Oh, there are notifications for the rolls now. Interesting.
That is a great little token art.
Amazing, right? I drew it myself.
love her. Yeah.
Okay. First off, then, Lilia, you are free to talk.
Oh, there's a moment where you see, as the spell would go to hit Lilia, you see her eyes fully dilate, the black light almost fully encompassing her eye and then constricting back to slits for a moment before stabilizing. I'm not sure what that was that you just did. Ugh. I don't even know where we were at with this conversation.
Do you was that anything that lets you resist the effect, or are you
Nope,
still
just
like,
it affecting her, just it kind of like the full body shivers of.
Shivering queef.
yeah, you're frightened currently?
Yes, I'm frightened. I don't
Mhm.
know what that effect is. But I'm
The
not.
the spell
what-
technically makes you take the dash action like and move away from the creature every turn, but I'm going to say that this is not taking place here. Perhaps by her own choice.
Mm. It's like you see almost like a dog kind of like shaking something off, that kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
know what that is. But I'm not planning on running and I'm not planning on fighting. I'm just trying to get some answers here. I care a lot about Rala, and knowing that you have the right intentions is really important. We've been hurt by a lot of people in a lot of different ways recently, and I'm spent too much time trusting and not enough time asking questions, and I'm not going to make that same mistake again.
Right? Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that? Oh, that's Soul.
Yep.
Welcome to the land of the living.
Hello.
Very good.
I'm okay.
Okay.
You can continue. Just give me a second.
You just wake up.
You don't sound very okay.
Yeah, okay is not the word that voice gives.
No, I'm fine. Just give me a sec.
It's X'd it out.
So if Lily is the only one doing the talk thing,
Well, I'm
That's
kind of,
fine.
well, since Soul is here, I'm kind of like waiting on,
okay,
Giving it a second.
Okay.
no
just in
worries.
case. No.
All right. What's happening?
Okay, so here's what's going on. I just recapped essentially what happened last session. You guys were in the conversation with Kayla. She cast Fear, and now we're in initiative order. But we're in initiative order essentially because some sort of aggressive action was taken, even if not directly harmful. But what's going on here is that if you want to take a normal turn of at the start of every round, you can decide if you want to take a normal turn or if you want to only talk. If you choose to talk, then you get like pushed to the top of initiative and you can go before everyone else and say as much as you want. But you will be able to only do that. If you don't choose to talk, then you're going to have a normal turn, but you're limited to just like, a sentence of actual speech, if that. But you're allowed everything else. And to recap the scene itself, you're at the living, like common area of the other side, sort of like all around a brunch table. Everyone is pretty much within 5 feet of everyone else, since this is not a super large table. You're all just kind of circled together. The maximum distance you can get between yourself and anyone else is about 15 feet. It's very hard to it would be very hard to use like area effects without, for stuff like fireball, it would be very hard to do that without catching anyone else due to the tight space. There's like a window relatively close to where you are as well. And Lilia, so far the only person from the party who elected to spend their turn on talking was Lilia, and she just said her piece. Asking Kayla to give some answers, declaring that she doesn't She doesn't want to make a mistake of trusting someone without asking the correct questions and getting the correct answers first. Even though she is also affected by the fear spell, just as Lucina and Catherine are, although you wouldn't be able to be aware of that yet. So for the time being, I guess the first thing is that like you're gonna have to drag Iluna's token to on the map to just to roll initiative, even though we're not doing like token map combat exactly, but and also decide if you're going to go with the talking or just take a normal turn.
Well, I did it right now too. Okay, I think I made my save for the fear before.
You're what?
I think I made my save for the fear. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
21
you did.
plus.
You did succeed on your save, yes.
What does Rala look like in this moment?
She is flabbergasted by Idol's own words.
Deer in the headlights.
Yep.
Does she seem more afraid of us or Kayla in this moment? Kaylee. Is it Kayla or Kaylee?
Kayla.
Kayla. Okay, that's right the first time.
I would say the action, like how the party is acting towards her is the more sort of concern on, rather than her friend, who's totally normal. But please stop.
Okay.
So you're going with the normal turn?
The last thing is, what is Kayla doing?
Well, right in this moment where you make the decision, you have just seen her speak some words in Infernal, and I think you would have felt like an emanation of magic through the air. I don't recall if you had detect magic active in specific, but you would have felt.
Mizell did.
Well, but I'm talking to Luna right now. For her point of view, you know.
I have dark vision.
If you do, you would see like an emanation of infernal magic going from her. So even if you don't know exactly what it was doing, you know that she just used some decently powerful magic on the air here. But that's basically as much as you can guess. Like you have to make your decision like right now if you're just talking or if you're getting ready, because others are already getting ready if that's the case.
I think because Kayla said those words, Luna's going to approach without any weapon drawn. Just walk towards her, and she'll say those words to me again. Those bad words.
Okay, that's your turn.
Yeah, it's gonna walk calmly towards.
Okay. Then we're going to start the combat. Fucking darkest dungeon sound effect. With Mizell. What are you doing?
All right. Mizell kind of looking around a little bit with the detect magic on. Can I see who all is affected by the fear?
Let me take a look at the exact wording of detect magic. For duration, sense the presence of magical effect within 30 feet of yourself. If you send... Okay, you need to take a magic action to see the actual aura that reveals to you like more details around
That's right. I forgot they tweaked that a little
around
bit.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it always worked like that. Essentially, like if just with a normal passive effect, you can only sense if there is magic around you.
Yeah.
Right? Like in a vague sense. You need to actually
Okay.
take a magic action to see specifics. So, for
I have a
instance, for
plan.
Sister Catherine, you can sort of constantly sense, especially since she was also using her own divination magic in this case. So you would only be able to tell if there is anything different about the magic around her if you took the magic action. I think only for Lilia, because Lilia was not concentrating on any spell or using any kind of ongoing magical effect, you would be able to tell that where you were not sensing any magical effects in her direction before, you are now.
Okay, that makes sense. It's reasonable.
Yeah. Lucina
mhm.
is also like you can tell because the axe itself is magical, so she was already giving off that sense.
So, as a quicken spell, my Zell is going to cast True Seeing. He's kind of going to take a small paste out and smear it over his eyelids, and when he opens his eyes, he's kind of able to see the world as it truly is. And then I also want to take the magic action to be able to study all of the like ongoing magical effects in the room, and kind of take in like does Kayla's true form get revealed, and what other magical effects might have been hidden.
Since when can you cast True Seeing?
Since we had 6th level spells, I've had that. I've cast it once before.
Have you ever cast it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that. Okay. No, I know that you like. I know that you have the potential to.
I think it was when we were fighting the eyeball demon.
I think so.
Oh, right. I know that you have the potential for it. I just didn't remember that you could do that. Okay. True Seeing.
You lack the potential.
I wish I'd had it when we first encountered Marco, but
you like hate. Let me just think first before Kayla. Let me think about if there's anything else in the environment that would be affected by that.
mm-hmm.
And you need to take him to secrets.
Just for posterity joke, somebody's ass gets bigger in the group. You can decide who.
I think.
Or does
Yeah,
it get
I
smaller because they were using magic to enhance?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else's appearances change necessarily for True Seeing in your from the party. As for Kayla, with True Seeing, you like glance at her, and her form, her general shape doesn't actually change really. Just very tiny, like you see that her eyes are now like yellow, but with a mix of red, kind of like the fucking like Anakin Skywalker's eyes when he goes like full Sith, yellow, a little bloodshot. And she has two very tiny like horn stubs protruding from her head, but her form is actually as you see. As for the detect magic's magic action, you sense an aura that was not there of illusion around Lilia, Sister Catherine, and Lucina. Going to Lucina. Aside from the magic, do you have to pick a target for that? Let me take a look. Attack magic. Take a magic action to see a faint aura on any visible creature or object in the area that bears the magic, and if an effect was created by a spell, you know the spell school of magic. Okay. So yeah, you feel illusion with a sort of like infernal origin from those three. in addition to all of the other magical effects that you are probably already used to sensing from the rest of the party. Their magical items and such.
That was around Lucina, Lilia, and who else?
Sister Catherine.
Okay. Well, that's my action and my bonus action, so I can't do much else. But on his turn, he will say something quick, short, and just say, "Drop the facade already. I can see you as you truly are. Explain yourself."
Okay. Next up would be Rala. Are you doing anything?
Not at this moment.
Then we're going to Kayla's turn. Kayla will turn to Rala. No, not yet. Let me rethink that. She's going to exhale, sort of like, and then with a very like surprisingly fast and powerful motion, she leaps from the place where she is at, in the general direction of where like the party is huddled, but she leaps at Maizel in particular. I need you to make a reflex saving throw.
Ooh. Okay. That one is Dex or Wisdom.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Okay. So here is what happens. In a blinding flash of speed, she leaps at Maizel, and with one hand she grabs his face, and with a lot of like the momentum of her body, and strength that honestly does not befit her size at all, she slams Maizel's head against the wall that is behind him.
Oh.
That is going to deal to you.
This is super anime.
It is.
I have a question before you announce the damage. It's an attack, technically? Like, would I be able to perhaps Shattering Shield to help Maizel?
It is let me see. The rules for...
I like the music that's happening while he's getting his head smashed into the wall.
It is kind of technically a melee attack. It's kind of like a modified unarmed strike, essentially, right? So what do you want to do?
Yeah, if you'll allow it, then the moment I don't immediately know what's happening, but I see her move far too quickly, grab his head, smash it into the wall, and I Shattering Shield. I would assume I kind of summon it between the head and hand, so that I can block the worst of it, although he's getting smashed nonetheless.
Like a Shattering Shield, but it's made of snow and cushions the blow.
You can't stop the attack from happening, so you can sort of like...
Yeah. What it does is it
blow.
reduces some damage. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Not Shattering Shield, but pillowy.
Yeah, I thought about... I mean, if you allow the flavor, I think that would make more sense. But I also thought maybe of putting the shield behind his head. So when it gets smashed
that's the
into it-
thing. Yeah, because his head is getting smashed, right? If you put
Yeah.
it between the hand and the head, it feels like it's going to prevent the attack from connecting, which is not going to do.
Ooh,
No,
Pillowy
what I'm
pillowy
imagining...
snow, but it attaches to her hand to do the damage, or the whatever it is.
Yeah, so I'm imagining it's maybe more like a helmet rather than it's not blocking the attack, even if I put it
Oh,
between
I
the hand.
see, I see.
No, it's
Yeah,
like
that's cool.
hmm
the
I mean, you
damage
could build
happens
like a
anyway.
lattice.
It,
If
like,
you build
cracks.
a lattice out of ice, then like breaking through the lattice would slow the momentum faster than like a blood force.
Yeah,
I
because
mean, he
it's
is a vegetarian.
it's head against the wall doing the damage, so it's just cushioning the head essentially for this
Yep.
flavor.
Yeah. So
But
I'll
anyway,
put it,
roll the
yeah.
roll the damage reduction.
I appreciate my
see,
veggie.
I don't have it. Plus my spell mod.
Okay,
Minus
so that's 8. Minus 8 damage. Okay, so you only take 5 damage, 5 bludgeoning
Alright.
damage from this, but you are stunned for 1 turn.
Oh shit!
Yes, as even with Noah creating that helmet, Kayla smashes it hard against the wall. The helmet shatters. It deals damage to her as well, right?
Correct. It does 8 also.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to affect her though.
Yeah, it's cold. I figured that wouldn't do much.
Yeah,
with it.
the helmet, like all of the splinters seem to like hit her arm and just like not, like you don't see any bruises emerging from it. But Myzel, yeah, your head gets smashed against the wall so hard that you can't get your bearings like right.
Mhm.
You're going to need a little bit of recuperation.
So
time
stunned
here.
means incapacitated, right?
I think it does, yes.
So concentration drops on detect magic.
Yeah. After doing that, she kind of like lands on the table and she extends one hand towards Rala. I need you to give me a strength saving throw. Well, a 42 saving throw, so strength or constitution.
Me?
Allah needs to give you that.
Yes. You.
Oof.
Okay. You feel, as she extends your hand towards you, you feel Gigi being sort of like pulled from your hands, which like reflexively. Well, you can fail that if you'd like, but since you succeeded, you could reflexively like grasp onto the hammer and resist it being yanked from your hands.
Yeah. She definitely would. She is not letting go of Gigi ever.
Okay, then Kayla sort of like looks in your direction with a little bit of a raised eyebrow of like surprise. But then she's like, well, and then she leaps from the table again, this time going at Noah. And Noah, I need you to make, let me see, either a fortitude or a reflex saving throw.
Of course, I use my reaction to help my Zell, and then I get fucked instead.
Yeah.
This is the worst timeline for Noah. Sorry, which ones did you say? I just had to lament that for a second.
Well, essentially you can choose strength, dexterity, constitution, or wisdom.
Right, okay. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
I think for the next, like after we're done with this part, I'm just gonna give up on the saving throw thing. I feel like it's giving me more headache than it's worth.
I mean, we kind of
doesn't support us is the problem.
and we finally got into the flow of it, and then took a month break, and are having to remember what was that again?
It's also
Yeah.
because like this is because this is mechanically like a shove, right? So normally you can pick strength or dexterity, but due to the system, you can now choose one of 4 stats, which makes it kind of
True.
ridiculous. It makes you guys like very good at saving throws, which is not necessarily a problem, but having to adjust the monsters for that, in terms of the monsters not having too strong or too weak save DCs or saving throws themselves, is being a little bit more of a chore than I would like it to be. Anyway, that is a failure though.
No!
Shayla leaps towards you, and she plants both her feet against your chest and pushes you very hard through the window. Now you are on the ground floor, so thankfully there is no hard fall damage, but you are not shoved like just 5 feet. You are pushed through the window, and the window sort of like leads to the street, but there's like this wooden beam. You're pushed essentially like between 10 to 15 feet, like straight into this wooden beam. So you take some.
I love it. I don't give a shit. This entire sequence right now, this is sick nasty. I love it.
You take that's some sick damage rolls as well from her. You take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so just like for the sake of describing this, it's like I wave my left hand here to create this cushion for Mizell, and in that brief moment that I looked away from her and toward him, she appeared in front of me and kicked me the fuck out of the room.
Yep.
And you just
Quick-
hear from Noah a brief, "Oh," and he's gone.
Oh, boom!
Quick thing I meant to ask on my turn. Are there like random commoners in this sitting room, and were they affected by the fear as well?
Not in the room. They had not opened for business yet. Essentially, we're enjoying like a little bit of a private moment. They were planning to open in like an hour or so, but perhaps that's not going to happen anymore. But no, there are commoners on the outside though. Like Noah just got kicked like into like not like a bustling street, but there are people out and about going like, what the fuck? Like, broken window and shit. And Kayla, after kicking Noah with both feet, she uses like the recoil to like flip her, like backflip once and then land on the wooden table again. And then she turns to Rala and goes, you know, I wish that rather than telling them it was impossible for me to be what I am, you'd have told them that it was okay even if I was. And then she is going to cast a spell, for what that's worth it to anyone.
I'm outside.
I'm outside. Bro's like, I'm clocked up. I don't care.
Fair. Very fair.
She says words again in the Infernal language, but you know it's magical words, not necessarily with a direct meaning. It's just like it's not like poetry. It's more aggressive than that, but she speaks those words, and to the senses of most of you, she completely vanishes from sight, which is gone. Mizell can still see her due to the true seeing, however.
Have seen this
And-
Leon.
Hmm?
Not yet.
And she, just as soon as she vanishes, she leaps out of the window, and she's standing like not very far from where Noah landed, but she's invisible out there.
Do I see 2 footprints in the snow?
Well, it's like bright daylight outside, and you're like by the sort of like entrance. I don't think there's enough snow accumulated there. But you can make a perception check. Perhaps there is something to see there. Later.
I shall, perhaps, yeah.
What she said to Rala,
No.
was that sincere?
You can make an insight check.
Try. Normal roll.
Was that in common
Feels to
as
you
well?
like. Sorry, what?
Was that in like common as well, or?
It was in the common tongue, yes.
Okay.
In the language that you understand. But yeah, to you, Luna, it felt. She wasn't looking directly at you. She was looking at Rala, be kind of away from you. But from the half of her face that you could see, sort of, you could see like a frown. She wasn't like crying, like or overly dramatic, which actually makes it seem more real. Like she was frowning and almost like looking at Rala, but almost like avoiding eye contact in a hurt sort of way. But that's all that you can see before she vanishes from your sight for now. Now we're going to skip Lilia and Iluna since they took the talking option.
Do I get to
No,
roll
it's-
a save though?
You do.
Oh, if I
Okay.
took the talking turn, I don't get an action at all
Yes,
for the rest
correct.
of the combat.
Yeah. Not for the rest of the combat, but since we roll
for this
initiative
round.
since we roll initiative every round, then every round you get to choose if you're going to talk or if you're going to do stuff.
Oh,
So do I
thought
have
this
an-
was a new round. Okay.
Do I have an intellect fortress or anything now?
No, I haven't yet.
No,
been
no,
able
it
to
hasn't
cast.
gone yet.
Okay, so it's charisma regular roll. It almost was a 20.
And I'll be honest, also, start of a new turn, with me being kicked out of the window, my plans have shifted a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's fair and real. Just before I made a roll.
Yeah. Lilia, you fail your roll, so you're still
Nope.
frightened. And aside from frightened, you feel like this is beginning to sort of like seep into your mind stronger and stronger. A certain like uneasiness and insecurity, but kind of hard to pinpoint what's going on here. Noah, it is your turn. You have been pushed out strongly, hit your back against a wooden beam, and sort of like landed on your ass, like dragging through the wooden beam and then sitting on the floor. You're not stunned or anything. You're just like prone.
Yeah, I think also, as part of me being kicked out, my glasses fell off for just a moment. So anyone unfortunate enough to be near me in that moment would see all the other eyes blinking in surprise in unison with my own eye. Like, what the fuck? So pick them up out of the ground next to me, shake some of the snow off, and then put them back on. And I would like to use my Eldritch side feature to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
As I now see again.
Yeah, you can detect a magical presence, like sort of like near to where you are, and you did hear like Kayla landing on the pavement, So you are aware that that's Kayla. You can't see her. You can just sense that she is there.
Yeah, so I sense like a source of magic near me.
Yes, you sense this hellish ether like converging near where you are. Fairly potent as well. Like it's a good quantity of ether.
Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action. Would she count as a creature that I can see or not really?
No.
I can sense her. Okay.
Yes, you know where she
Okay.
is, but you can't see her.
Okay. Gosh, there's people out here as well now.
Hmm?
There are people out here as well now, I assume.
Yes, there are some onlookers. It all is happening very fast, so it's not like they've had a chance to approach or to say
Yeah.
things, but you can see people around which are startled by your arrival, if we can
Yeah.
call it that.
I'll call it that. I mean, as usual, as a caster, I don't really have bonus actions to speak of here that makes sense.
Feels bad, man.
Unless I wanted to really waste a spell slot, which I don't think I will.
You can't
So,
do it anyway because you spent your action on a leveled spell already.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Can't cast 2 level spells.
that's true, even if it's at will. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I'm simply going to use my remaining bonus action and movement to just pull myself up on this wooden pole that you said that I got kicked into.
Yep.
And all I'll say is, If you run now, it will only get worse for you. Stay right where you are, and I'll hold my left hand out toward her, but like slightly to the left. Just to like
Your Jojo
indicate.
pose at her
Yeah, no,
menacingly.
it's like
No, but gaslight her into thinking you don't know where she is. by
yeah, no,
pointing in the
like
wrong
like
place.
slightly to the left of her. So like I'm threatening the space, but she's not really there. Slightly off.
Yeah. There's no response from the unseeable miasma in front of you.
Yeah, and that's it for me.
Okay.
How big is this aura? I'm just thinking of like Freer in that one scene.
What you're seeing, right, is not exactly the outline of her body. It's just like the magic of the spell that she has cast, and you can tell that it is significantly powerful magic. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
It is, if we're going to, it's stronger than a fireball, but it's weaker than a scrying.
Yeah. I don't need all that. That's okay. That's okay.
Yep. But yeah, the size of the aura itself would be like about twice as large as her body in all dimensions. Next up
She's
would
a
be
grower.
Lucina's turn. You can see that Lucina was like reaching for her axe at her back, but she sort of like tenses up, and you can see her hands sort of like hesitating. She has like a bit of a troubled look on her face, and she looks at the rest of you who are still inside at least, and says, "A public scene could be troublesome." And that's it for her turn. She's going to reroll her saving throw against the frightened effect. That is a very good roll from Lucina. You can see that her nerves are steadied somewhat, but the remark that she made does not seem to have been, she still has a concerned look about what she has just said. Next up is Sister Catherine's turn. She, on the other hand, recoils a little bit, looks to be a bit shaky, and nervously clutching at the holy symbol that is on her necklace, the comically large dragon that she carries around. And she kind of like nervously glances at Lucina and then back at all of you, and she's like, maybe we should rethink what we're doing now. That's the end of her turn. She is going to reroll her saving throw. That is a middling roll. Let me take. Where did I put? I think it still doesn't cut it. Yeah, it does not make it, so Sister Catherine is still affected by the fear spell. Now we've got a new round, so before we roll initiative, I would like to know, is anyone else interested only talking?
Surely I can talk, right?
You can? What do you mean? Well,
I'm stunned.
that's true, you're stunned. Yeah, buddy, I don't think you get that.
What was the last thing she said? I'm sorry.
Kayla?
Yeah.
The only thing she said on her turn before casting the spell, which was just like casting a spell, not true words, was telling Rala that she wished that instead of
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, instead of telling you all that she couldn't be a devil or a demon, she had told everyone that it would be fine even if she was. That's the only thing she said.
Mm-hmm.
So no one else wants to only talk?
I'll talk just because it feels like we won't be able to give chase.
Okay. Anyone else?
No, because I wanted to try and help myself up. Or I
Okay.
might do something else.
So nobody else is only talking, you bunch of murder hobos.
Oh no,
You
I
started.
don't wanna
Innocent girl. Okay, before round start, just to have some sort of like an environment action here. Onlookers that have just seen Noah like crashing through a window and then quickly getting up and Jojo posing while saying some vaguely threatening words. There's about like half a dozen people around here, and they all stop and are like a couple of people going like, "Hey, are you okay?" And other like there's just a little kid like putting his hand to his mouth, pointing and laughing, and one city guard like not in the vicinity but off in the distance, like seemingly like starting to like clink 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 like in the direction of the commotion. Inside of the tavern, the tavern keeper Julia, who had been tending to the food, etc., getting things ready for their opening, has gotten out of the kitchen, sort of like, what's the trouble? And well, that's basically all of the non-important actors around. So first off, we're going
Where's
to
the
go
kid
to
that laughed?
Because I was
this random kid.
trying to ask, but I couldn't figure out how to ask. Can like doing non like action talks is considered still just spending like if I'm not trying to like attack or run or anything like that. If it's just like getting my Zell up off the floor because he just got his shit rocked, if that would count as
So-
needing to be the turn.
Yeah, still something on
Okay.
a turn. Yeah.
Mm.
Essentially, this thing is like you can skip, you can ignore initiative if the only thing you want to do is dialogue. If you want to do
Okay.
anything else that actually impacts the game in some way, even if it's just repositioning yourself, for instance, that's still like
Oh,
take a normal
Even
turn.
repositioning myself.
Yeah, you can't like walk.
You can also
What is
still
these-
talk on your turn. It's just you can
Yeah.
say as much as you want at the beginning of things if you want to take the talk action, TM.
Yeah, in your turn. Yeah, if you take the talk action, you can like monologue as much as you want. Fine. But if you speak on your turn, then it's just like one sentence, like the way that Lucina did. Like she didn't go into details. Just like chasing would be troublesome. Period. Like 6-7 words. That's it.
How many?
Fuck.
How many words?
Shut up.
You walked right
Shut up.
into that.
7 or 8 words. Whatever. You get one extra word just so I don't have to deal with that. Anyway, yeah, that's how it works.
Okay.
So
So
are
I
you-
wasn't
are
sure
you-
like about. I would still do the talk then.
Okay. So you're doing the talk. Are you
Yeah.
still doing the talk, Soul?
How far away is the window?
Oh, it's very close to you.
Very close. So there. So from what I could tell, Kayla's probably somewhere like right next to Noah, or at least within the vicinity.
Yeah, you had heard her jumping through the window, just couldn't see it happen, but you can tell that she is somewhere around that space still.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just continue the talk.
Okay. Since you both have elected to talk, you can decide amongst yourselves who is going to talk first, if you want. Or you can talk at the same time if you wish, like have a sort of like joint thing. I don't know. Depends on how you guys
I
want to
mean,
do
we
it.
can kind of go jointish.
Okay.
I can start. Kayla, we need. You're obviously strong, and we could use strong allies like you with what's going on here. We just need people who are willing to be honest with us and not trying to twist our words and turn stuff like that. We've got enough people doing that to us as it is. And you, oh my God, Mazel has a nosebleed too. Jeez Louise. We'll have to patch him up later. Will you not just talk to us? I understand if it's scary.
Iluna, do you have something to add?
I think Luna will just look at Rala and then look out towards the window, sort of just gauging where she thinks Kayla is, and say, if the Kayla that was Rala's friend was always a devil, and you've truly been her friend since before we came here, and you do actually care about her, meet me later at the graveyard. I won't bring anyone else, except Rala and myself. If you truly care about her. Or is that a lie? And for what it's worth, Luna does seem sincere in that sentiment. She cares more about whether Kayla was being sincere about her feelings to Rala than the fact that she's a demon or a devil or whatever. It's kind of like on the list of things, probably like numbered 3 on
I
her
think
most important list.
It even though it makes sense for you to be like wary, you have sensed sincerity from her like already.
Mm.
She seems trustful to you based off of that insight check before. But with that, Lilia, you can make a persuasion check.
There's this guy that we got to be really cool friends with that's basically like half devil at this point, I think. I don't care. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's perception.
Mysel's right there. Mysel's a
Persuasion,
vampire, a devil, everything to me.
17. Okay.
Ting, ting, ting.
You say your piece. Luna says hers with a slightly different tone and connotation there. Kayla's turn will come up eventually. In the meanwhile, Maizel, it is your turn. Your stun comes and goes. At the end of your turn, you just sort of like shake your head, notice that you are you're sort of like slumped to the floor of the tavern, but you get your bearings again.
Ow.
Roll for brain damage. But yeah. Next up is Lucina's turn. She You can see that she is observing, assessing the situation, like the civilians approaching, etc. There's a very like hesitation to her movement that is kind of like she is gauging if they should see her or not. But she looks, and you can tell, Maizel, you're the only one here who can actually see where Kayla is.
Mm-hmm.
Precisely. Noah can sense where she is, not see her, but you both can tell that Lucina looks out of the window and she stares directly at the spot where Kayla is as well. With more acuity than Noah can, even. She's looking directly at Kayla's face. She doesn't step out into the spotlight, sort of. She takes her action to hide, in fact, so that the civilians don't see where don't see her in there. I'm gonna roll this right now.
I swear Lucina has a heavenly pact or some shit.
So looking at what?
She has like a heavenly pact.
The heavenly
Cost of
restriction from the
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, heavenly restriction for the power of not using magic.
It's just like fucking Toji if he wasn't a deadbeat.
Yep.
No, she had a dad that was a deadbeat. That was the opposite.
She hides herself like against the wall, which gives her some pretty good coverage. It's kind of bad because she's wearing technically like heavy armor, so it's just like clunk, 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 and it's not very good to move. You can see she's very upset by this. But as she is sort of like moving to hide, still looking at Kayla, she says, I suggest you accept Iluna Shandora's suggestion. And that's her turn. She just sort of like hides there. Skipping Lilia, because she took the talk action.
Do I get to go?
No, it's you. You were posing. Speaking
Sorry,
of which, how is the time for you? Do you need to go sleep?
I think I can like run my turn and listen to this round, and then I really need to go.
Okay, we can call it like at the end of the round, maybe.
No, Lilia.
Deferred.
Luna's
deferred.
suggestion was what? I'm sorry, I was reading all my spells. I forgot everything that I had.
She essentially offered Kayla to meet her by herself with, well, just her and Rala at the graveyard tonight.
Okay, so she has also now chosen not to engage any further, so I shouldn't do anything really. Anybody got Hunter's Mark?
Yes.
The one-time Hunter's Mark could be useful.
Yeah, like to track her.
Hunter's
The one
Um,
time in the
Mark lets you track?
campaign, Hunter's Mark lets you know for up to 8 hours, which is the spell's duration,
Right.
where the target is, which is
Yeah.
extremely useless since you're 99% of the
Usually
time
you
you're
kill
going
them in 2
to,
seconds.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
just going to kill whomever you Hunter's Mark. But in the very rare chance that they get away, it lets you track them.
Then it's really good.
It's still
Mind
trash.
Spike lets you do that too.
Spite?
Mind
Spike?
Spike?
Mind
Mind
Spike.
Spike, yeah, it lets you track the person, but for a much
It's-
Yeah, that's only for an hour.
shorter, yeah.
Shorter.
And they know that you've done it. I don't know if Hunter's Mark they know.
And also, I need to be able to see her, but I can't. I mean, I think, like, honestly, I would have heard this, like, little exchange here for sure, right?
Yes,
between
you
them,
have
yeah.
heard everything that has been spoken so far.
In that case, I'm gonna take a passive stance as well, which in this case means I'll stop Jojo posing. I'll take a very clear step back as to indicate that the road is hers if she wishes. And I'll just say something to the effect of, I'll see you later tonight. And I'll leave it at that, because I
Except you
don't-
won't see her later tonight if it's just Iluna and Rala.
Yeah, you just undermine the whole
Yeah.
the whole play. there.
Okay, sorry.
Love
No,
one.
no,
Ruin the
uh,
credibility
no, okay,
of
no,
whatever
no,
she was
no.
saying.
You know what I meant. Okay, no, I don't even know what I meant. But I meant, like, I guess they'll see you later tonight. Something to the effect of that.
Okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't
Go
wanna
visit them.
undermine
You try to aura farm and then you stumble upon your
it.
words.
Yeah, that was really good.
Well, I mean, not me, but they'll see you later.
Like, I'll
Cross
see you.
his arm.
No, I
feel like
won't
that-
see you later. No,
That's so accurate though. Your charisma is like -2.
it's -2. I think
Frizzless.
he might say something like that and then be like, "Well, I won't, but they will. You better be there."
Too funny.
Okay.
And that's it.
The magical aura that you see sort of like shakes a little bit.
It smirks.
Yeah, the magical aura smirks. Okay, skipping Iluna because she talked. Next we have Kayla's turn. Kayla sort of like meets Lucina's gaze as she is looking at her and saying, and she mutters something under her breath in Infernal. People who know the Inferno language can make a perception check. If you are inside the tavern still, you have disadvantage.
Aw.
Which just makes it normal for me.
Well, do you have
Like
advantage even on
adding-
hearing-based checks?
That's a fair point.
I think the eyes would logically only give you advantage on visual things.
That's incredible. It doesn't even matter.
He has
Doesn't even
synesthesia.
matter.
A 1 and a 2. Jesus Christ.
Myzel has synesthesia. He can see
Wait,
sound.
what language was
Okay.
it for?
Infernal.
Right, it's
I don't speak that.
Yeah, the only person who would roll at normal would be Noah if Noah knows Infernal.
I don't speak it now.
Now?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't speak it now. I was like, what does that mean?
Not before noon.
Okay.
Wait, that would be a hilarious character trait. Next campaign.
I only
Rala is
speak
the only
Infernal.
one who can sort of like catch what Kayla muttered here. She
What?
says, "Annoying hawk." The word now you heard the word for annoying, which is obviously not annoying, but something in Infernal. But this second word that she said, you don't, even though you speak Infernal right now for whatever reason, you don't understand the meaning of the word. It seems to be like a term rather than a word itself. But you hear her mutter that before in a louder voice and in the common tongue for you all. She says, still invisible, "That's agreeable, but only one person. Better if it's Rala, but just one person." And after that, you just, those of you who cannot see her, just hear a couple of, again, unusually heavy footsteps. Not in the sense that like she is heavy, but that she's kicking the ground with more strength than you would expect her to. And right afterwards, like, you know, people rushing in to see the confusion, a guard heavily thudding through the streets. The noises are very drowned out, so you wouldn't be able to notice where she is going unless you dedicate yourself to tracking that.
And Myzel,
Obviously,
make it-
Myzel and apparently Lucina, since sort of like glancing over her shoulder from the wall, she seems to still be tracking Kayla, at least for a little bit.
I just see an aura running.
But you do notice, Myzel, like you can still glance at Kayla, you know, like you can see her running through the street up to a certain distance. I think it was like 120 feet, something like that.
120, yeah.
Yeah, so you see her, like, I think she makes a turn before she leaves your sight range, even.
Mm-hmm. Before she makes it more than 90 feet, can I cast Hunter's Mark?
Well, that's a matter of maths. She would have like 30 feet of movement, so on your next turn, I don't think she could have moved. Well, if she's dashing, actually, she could. So on this turn, she's going to be moving 30 feet. No, she doesn't use her action for anything else, so she is dashing. That's 60 feet. It will be a matter of whether or not you can roll initiative higher than her on the next turn, technically.
Okay.
So we're not going to actually like roll initiative. Well, let's just do that because the bot automates it anyway. So we'll finish this round and then we'll roll the next round just for that, because I don't think anyone else is going to be combat stuff, or at least doesn't seem like it. But anyway, that is sort of like Kayla's turn, and you can I think you can see that Lucina eventually just stops looking at where Kayla is and retreats into hiding before you do. Like, you're still glancing at her. But yeah, she just leaves, takes off. Rolla.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just finish this round and do like Maizel's Hunter's Mark thing, and then we'll go back to just normal gameplay, I guess.
So
Your turn.
So she's still kind of shook by obviously everything, and then Kayla tried, the grasping at Gigi as if it was seemingly being taken away. And after hearing all these words and everything, she would absolutely kind of jump out the broken window area and look for, not that she could see Kayla when she turned invisible, but she would sort of look in the area and is there any sign of her?
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. So normal.
Oof.
Oh,
It's alright.
No sign of Kayla at all. You have no clue where she is. Just as you had up
Did she ever
until
exist?
yesterday.
So then, in sort of a panic, she is probably for the first time in her life going to, she cocks her fist back and attempts to strike at her head in hopes that her daily roll will show the one thing she never wants to see.
Oh.
Where is it? There it is. Yeah. Oops. God dang. I have a couple questions about this too, because she would absolutely be 100% willing to she'll smack herself again trying to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am considering.
if allowed.
What the fuck?
You're very determined to make this work right now.
Yes.
So I will ask you to make a Tinker's Tools check
Sure.
to try to figure something out right now and improvise a way to make it work. That is very good. You very instinctively, not even completely aware of what you're doing, but just tapping into something that's become second nature to you. Would you put your goggles on? Like over
Yeah.
your eyes?
Yep.
Okay. You put the goggles on, and you watch as Rolla's hands sort of in a panic, shaking, but still with some control, trace some sigils that none of you can really understand over the goggles. And there is this buzz and crackle of energy in the air as you are doing something to this object that you are not entirely sure of what it is or what effects it will have. But sure enough, there is a twist. Whereas before you begin to see these monochrome wisps kind of fading phantoms drifting through the streets alongside the people. Some of them still, and some of them just drifting. Those were beginning to take hold in your vision, but then there's like this static, and they vanish. The air begins to look a little bit drier and reddish, like the sun has just turned red for some reason. And you begin seeing the kinds of horrors that you've hoped every day you wouldn't wake up seeing for a pretty long time now. But you begin seeing them. Some of them creeping around corners and streets, and others. One right above where Noah is, this writhing snake. Body seems to be made of other snakes, coiled around that wooden beam and looking at Noah as if it really wants to chomp down on him. But in the middle of all of these nightmarish creatures, you can once again see the form of your friend, Kayla, running away very fast through the crowd. It feels like you have maybe done something dangerous to yourself here. But it worked.
Yeah. I guess that's the turn then.
Okay, do you move?
I mean, the movement was to get out there.
Oh, so you use your whole movement going in that direction.
Well, I mean,
Because jumping the window would only cost you like, maybe 10 feet of movement.
oh, well then yeah, I'll move towards.
Okay,
But
you're
she's
running after her then.
Pretty darn far away.
Yeah, she's running away. If you start running, perhaps, we'll see how it goes. That is your turn. Now we go to Sister Catherine. Sister Catherine is still a little shaky. She will... But as Kayla has vanished, she seems to relax. The target of her fear is nowhere in sight. And seeing Rala running out, she goes, "Little Missy, just let her go. Better for the both of you." And she kind of like tentatively takes a step towards Lucina, almost reflexively. Let me roll for her fear. She succeeds. She shakes the fear. Now, initially, the only people who were interested in doing anything so is going to cast Hunter Mark on Kayla, and Kayla who was just dash away. But it seems like Rala is giving chase. What are you guys gonna do in response to that? Is anyone are you gonna chase after her, or are you?
Yeah, I'd be chasing after Rolla.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've already had an issue of losing one party member in the last 24 hours. I'm not doing it again.
I'm gonna
Alright.
do two things. One is clean up. One is chase after Rala.
Okay. In which case, it seems like this encounter might last for one more round, but Nico kind of has to leave and rest. So we are going to be calling the session here, I think.
Yeah,
We're only
cool.
like 20-something minutes out from our usual cutoff time anyway. So
I mean, if you guys want to finish it, Noah can just run along and help with whatever.
well,
My-
He'll be
My
low
cleanup was gonna be walking out the mirror and saying loud enough so people could hear. I was like, and that's why you don't ask a lady's age, Noah, and help them up. As
Well,
if to say
that-
that is why that happened.
And then I'll say, wasn't aware mysel's a lady.
Uh,
Blame it on myself. When in doubt.
Oh, we'll
Okay.
take it. We'll take it.
so Noah, on your turn, do you want to just like sort of keep walking along? Do you want to take some sort of action toward Raula to stop her, or to try to stop Kayla somehow?
I don't want to stop her if this is what she feels emotionally bound to do. So, and I can't fix the window either. So, really, all I can do is I have two options. Either I stand here and I try to pretend like I got kicked out for whatever random fucking reason, or I follow along.
Okay. Then, well, you can go to sleep if you want. I'll
Yeah,
just
I'll
handle
pass
that.
out.
Yeah.
Thank you, gang. Next week I should be stronger again.
Okay.
Farewell.
Rest up, King.
Very well.
You. Bye-bye.
Later.
But then we're gonna go for one more round. Then this is more of a chase than a fight now, I suppose. But we're still going to use like initiative and etc. So first off is Luna. Are you going to do the bit with helping Noah up and then trying to
Yeah, I'll
play
help
things up for
Noah
the
up
crowd?
and then get to Rala.
Okay, first roll deception for the crowd though.
Sure. I'm so good at lying.
Okay.
That was a whatever lie. Maybe that's not why he got kicked out, but
No, a number of people seem relatively convinced by it.
Some people
it
like
is
that seems
super in
harsh.
character for Noah to say something like that, to be fair.
But okay, do you reach Rala? What do you say?
I place a hand on her shoulder. Rala, dear. If she is your friend like she says she is, we'll see her later. In the meantime, I think you need to figure out some things too. I think you both do.
It's your turn.
Yeah, I won't try to stop her too hard, but I think Luna makes it known that doesn't think she should chase in this moment. She should probably gather her thoughts.
All right. Rala, it is your turn. You can see Kayla. She's probably at this point about 40 or 50, like something of that, around those numbers, away from you, taking off, seeming like she's just heading out. You are seeing many creepy things around, and the more you have this, it feels like you strained something by doing. It's like they're getting worse the longer you have the sight on.
Mhm.
But it does feel like you strained something by doing it.
I had an additional question then too. So, the act of her trying to do that to her is fixing something. So, is there any sort of repercussions to breaking that curse, for easy terms?
Interesting, because I had not thought about it as fix, but
I can't give an opinion on this. Give us a solid. You started a whole drama based off misinformation.
you if that is how you interpret it, then as soon as you did that and fixed quote unquote the goggles,
Mm-hmm.
you would have felt this immense pain, like a migraine, going through like your brain and spreading throughout your whole body, as like your entire nervous system seems to be getting seized by a magical force. You are still up for now, but I will say that you will be down very soon, as you're taking copious amounts of psychic damage. Normally you would drop immediately, but I am giving you a solid here for the drama. But you would have, I would say, lost hit points in psychic damage from that.
All?
Just from half.
Oh, half. Okay. You
Just
cut
from
out for a
that
second, and I thought you said all.
No, I said half, but it hasn't ended yet. The effect is being slightly delayed by sheer force of will, because this is something Rala is very, very determined to do. But essentially, you will continue taking psychic damage until you drop. And you can feel that like every movement that you take, even if you stop, you're still going to be in agony. So what do you do?
So in that case, with the repercussions of that and all the unwanted stimulus of the change, I feel like she would just kind of like, God, I don't know, like involuntarily vomit and just sort of like drop to the ground.
Yeah, Luna's right there. Like, oh no.
Okay.
Because Luna doesn't know what's happening. To her, like, this is just so much trauma happening that Rala just vomits on the ground.
You take an additional 1/3 of your maximum hit points psychic damage.
Okay.
So that's
So I'm down
Your
to...
turn.
It was half and then a third of max?
yes. Half of max and then 1/3 of your max. You can tell, like, in the next 6 or so seconds, you will just be fainting. But if that is your turn,
Yes.
then we're going to Lucina, who is still sort of like hiding. Why did you? Why did you hit my girl? Why did you do my girl like
Because
that?
Kevin never took away my powers.
See, Kevin, this is what happens. Why did they massacre my girl? Lucina is still making extra sure she is like. Her first hiding attempt was actually pretty good given the circumstances, but still
Revoked.
hindered. But still hindered by her armor. But with enough time, she adjusts herself so that she is properly out of view of whatever is happening. But she quietly asks to Sister Catherine to her side. Catherine, could you check if the child has stopped chasing? And there will be a reaction to that on Catherine's turn. But for now, it is Noah's turn. Noah had decided to simply follow along Rala, which he will do, and then Rala just keels over and begins retching. So Noah stops, and I think it's fair to say he would be very confused as to what to do there. Maybe he's just like producing some like.
I believe in medical trauma, you should elevate the feet to
I
increase
think he
blood
would-
flow to important organs.
He would grab some tiles and like cool them with his natural coldness and try to like put them on her nape or something like that. You know, like, does this help? Something of that sort. But yeah, Noah's trying to help Rala as best as he can, which is not very. Next up is Sister Catherine's turn. She's going to peek out at the situation at Lucina's behest, and with a very like worried look, she turned to Lucina and said, and say, stop, but she seems ill. I'm going to, yeah. And she leaps over the window and also rushes to where Rala is. And with sort of like, hey, little girl, are you okay? Next is myself. You have rolled faster than Kayla, so you are enraged to cast Hunter's Mark on her.
All right. Myzel will poke up over the window, still a little bit staggered, but kind of see her, and will use cast Hunter's Mark with no spell components at what time is it right now? It's pretty late in the day already, right?
No, it's brunch.
It's been a long night.
No, it was
The
because
day
it was a
is
ridiculous.
yet to end.
Yeah, you're getting a late brunch, so it's like 2-3 p.m. something like that. But it's
Okay,
not late.
okay. Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. It's pretty late for being like awake in the morning, but that
Okay.
still may not be enough time. So I will go ahead and do it at 5th level for 24 hours, and using the 3 extra points to not require concentration. So Myzel kind of just gets up in the window long enough to look at her, and in that moment casts the spell.
You feel your magic, like sort of like you reach at her and you try to weave these tendrils of ether chasing after her to sort of like latch onto her and create this moving target that you can feel. But you feel that as soon as your magic reaches her, it just passes through her as if it was nothing.
Even though I can see her true form,
Yes.
affecting her with divination magic ain't gonna work. This is bullshit. She got away too fast. All right. If only I had Mind Spike. Clearly the superior option.
Clearly the superior tracking spell. Hunter's Mark just can't get a win, right? It just can't.
Yeah.
Ever.
Taking Mind Spike at our next level up.
You
I
can't
actually
make a
feel kinda
bad
bad.
spell good.
I actually feel kind of bad. Like I had one chance to make Hunter's Mark good, but I had to.
Yeah, literally.
I had to stick to how the character works.
No, you couldn't make it because Hunter's Mark isn't good. There isn't
It
a
is-
situation.
I can fix her. her.
No, you can't. You can't. You can't. She doesn't
No.
love you.
Hey man, that's painful. That's hurtful.
Actually, Mind Spike is also divination.
I don't know.
I thought it might be
That was
evocation, but no, it's
illusion.
divination.
That was illusion, but
No, I just looked.
for what it's worth, Shattering Shield is not a divination magic either, and you saw it not affect her.
Oh, sure. Well, I just assumed that was because she was immune to
Could
like
be.
cold or something as an infernal being.
Could be, but you distinctly saw the shards go like
Mhm.
as if they hadn't even touched her, essentially. Anyway, it's Kayla's turn now. Then you see that she doesn't exactly stop her dash, but she's still dashing away and through the streets. But you can see that she spends about 10 or 15, like she moves like 10 or 15 feet less than she could, because she sort of like slows her pace down a little bit and glances behind at Rala, just stopping like to puke. But she doesn't stop. She continues running, and she's not just running in a straight line into the distance. She quickly makes a turn and goes through some alleyways, because you are not like you're not in the poor, but you're also not in the rich part of town. So there are some alleyways and stuff like that. And you all know that the people who know those streets the best here are Rala and Kayla. So she just vanishes off a corner, and you can all guess that it would be very hard to track her without any kind of magical. Lilia. It's your turn.
Can I run out? So I can't see Kayla, so I can run.
You can, yes. You're
Alright.
not frightened of her due to the spell as of right now. But I will say, and I will go into detail on this later, but you have failed 3 consecutive times against the demon's fear effect. And that leaves lasting marks.
thought it was a devil.
She's a demon, not a devil. If she was a devil, you would all be dead.
Okay. Oh man, that'd been so much cool.
Devils are very like higher end contexts.
Okay,
They are never like in the if a devil is in the material plane, that's like an Avengers level threat.
Okay.
Except if it's like the butterfly devil. He was
I don't know,
was
man.
kinda- it
That
was kinda
episode of SpongeBob scarred a lot of people.
yeah, you know what? Yes.
Butterfly Devil, I think, is pretty damn
I mean, the
strong.
butterfly
I think
devil probably looks like one of those brothers from Jujutsu
No, it wasn't.
Kaisen.
Oh, it wasn't the butterfly devil, it was the hummingbird devil, I think, right? Yeah, hummingbird. Yeah, it was the hummingbird devil.
We'll find one. We'll find
Anyway,
one. That's...
yeah, if it's that
Hamsters.
weak, then yeah, but all of the like all of the devils, something like remotely meaningful, they are far too powerful entities
Okay.
to be just let loose.
Okay. So then, I will, go out the window towards Rala, seeing her. I'm guessing stop and probably start seizing at this point as she's getting wrecked. I'll just kind of jump out the window and Rala, what happened? I was inside and I couldn't see what happened.
I
I'll-
feel like
I will be in prime to position to grab her if she goes to fall and carry, or I might even just try and pick her up and carry her back inside if she's not resisting.
all right,
Well, she won't be in a few seconds.
correct. So I'm gonna take us out of initiative since it seems like the combat encounter is not encountering anymore. How do I end this right now? Here? And encounter, yes. So we are out of turn tracker, and what happens in the next few seconds is, yes, Rala, you use all of your remaining hit points. You're down to 0, you are knocked unconscious, and you accrue 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
In the wake of all of these events, as the sort of like the dust is settling, Lilia catches Rala as she prepares herself to do. Sister Catherine is already sort of like reaching to examine, but kind of like stops herself, like, okay, no, let's be
You're inside.
reasonable about this, yes, and also tells you to bring her inside, and several onlookers like arrive. Guard like is sort of like, you know, what the fuck happened to that guy who was tossed, and but Noah can sort of like explain himself, even if you drag the unconscious, and clearly like you can see that there is a level of like some of the veins around Rala's like neck and face, like they're not like black, you know, like she's dying, but they are darkened, like they have just been very strained.
Does it look like it's getting worse?
No, it looks like it was simply like a very strong immediate flare up of something that has ended, but took a very heavy toll on her body due to how abrupt the shock was.
Okay.
But as you begin bringing Rala back inside, and Kayla has seemingly vanished the light of day, really, because day out. That's where we're going to end our first session of the year.
Woo.
What a start it was!
Really.
What a start.
Sorry I was late.
No, it's cool. We
was
were just a
more
little
Concerned.
worried. Yeah, we're just a little worried because you're usually
When you're so
usually-
consistent, and you're late, people get worried.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like you're usually Kevin mentioned this. Like usually you wait until everyone is here, but then once everyone is here, you don't take.
It's
lot of
either that
time
or
to
you've
try and
sent a
call it all.
message of like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late." To just not hear anything and you be that late was weird.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
if someone else was just like late for half an hour with
It's
no
like
word, I was like,
Phantom
that's,
can be late for half an hour when we expect it.
yeah, that has happened. You know, I have a precedent for that, but in your case, I have an established precedent for the opposite behavior. So I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
It's when if I'm late, it's almost always there's a message beforehand. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just concern more than anything.
Yeah, no, I was okay. Just stuff.
It's fine.
Life happened.
So yeah, thank you for session, guys. Some things I expected, some things I very much did not expect to happen.
No one else gets sick.
I won't do it.
I make no
I will
guarantees.
try not to do it. And yeah, great session, guys.
My goodness.
We're back.
We're
Back
back in full form. We already got stuff on our schedule.
Did we
got
sleep? I
meetings.
don't remember.
No.
You had
Not-
slept, but yeah,
Did Lilia and Aluna get a long rest? I did not think we had gotten a long rest.
I think it did. I think everyone had
Mhm.
already gotten their long rest, and you were,
Oh, so do I not have a level of exhaustion anymore?
well, you would have cleared. I think, yeah.
Okay.
I
why
was
it's
confused
so late
about
in the
where it
day.
Oh,
got.
I thought I see. I didn't. I thought we still had that exhaustion. So then, okay, hold on. What was the?
Well, I never
DC
got
gonna
one. You
say?
did.
I
Not
think
for nothing.
Maybe, yeah. If you took 2 levels of exhaustion, you still have 1, but you
I
have.
think I only
rest.
took 1 level from exhaustion. 1 level of
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
Because this happened as you guys were like having your collective breakfast lunch after everyone woke up.
Mhm.
And started
That's why it's like
discussing
2 in the afternoon.
business, etc. Yeah.
Can I say then? I know it's only a minor difference if it changes anything moving forward. Her persuasion check would have been like a 19 then, I think.
Yeah. Her persuasion would have
Instead
been a
of
19.
because it was a
instead of
17, right?
Yeah.
So it was
Would've
a
been
I was trying to see if
I don't
any
know
of
if that
my
would've made the difference
saves
in
were messed up from that too. Is what I was trying.
That is. It was a very difficult DC for that check anyway. That would not have made a difference. You're trying to. You're trying to go like a certain level of, hey, level with us here, like, let's work together. But the way you guys approached her was very forceful. You were trying to actively get her to drink holy water.
Yeah.
Right.
I
That is the same as like, hey, eat like this box of peanuts to prove to us that you don't have a peanut allergy.
Yes.
Like
But-
Yeah, I thought it was fucked
that's
up.
deadly shit. That's deadly shit.
To be fair, the opposite is she's cosplaying as a little girl who does not know better, while also being someone that could slam Maisel's face into a wall and kick out a window within milliseconds.
No, I'm aware.
This is a very equal level of like, hey, you don't have to do it. You could either
No, I'm
be
aware.
honest,
It was
or drink
it's like
this
an
thing.
yeah, it's like an effective tactic, but it makes it much harder for you to accrue like good faith with her in a sort of like let's be horizontal here, just based off negotiation, because you started things by actively trying to force her to do something harmful to herself to prove a point, instead of doing less forceful things to just sort of like illustrate things to her, etc. Like, it's just like it's a thing that leads to being more difficult to having the approach that Lilia took.
Yeah.
That's
But
just
when
what
you
it
start
was.
off
Wasn't
lying,
possible, still.
it's one of those things.
Yes, when you start off lying, I'll try to make you drink poison.
Yeah, that's kind of the room you get into.
You know, a very unreasonable choice of action, but then she's
Oh,
gonna
you're
be
not
like,
allergic to peanuts? Okay, prove it, bitch.
yeah, eat this box of peanuts right here, the
We have
entire
reason to
box.
believe you're a devil. Are you? No.
But
Okay,
yeah,
would you drink this then? Well, now
being
you're
allergic
just.
to peanuts and
Well,
vegan.
now
You
where
know who-
are we?
You know who wouldn't drink this? A demon. But yeah. But on all, very interesting session. There are some things I will need to consider from the DM side as well, because some developments I did not expect. But I will have news about that for the people involved.
Rehanging?
The fact that I don't have to worry about my Zell killing this demon just because she's the demon right now is so much weight off my shoulders.
You don't know that for sure.
I don't know that yet, but
It's
Soul
true, we
knows
haven't
that,
had
so
we
I
haven't-
don't have to think about it. Luna just has to be like, "Listen, I know this is your whole thing," and you'd be like, "Actually, that's not a problem anymore." And I go, "Oh, huh."
What if I gaslight everyone into thinking I still have the oaths because now I can lie about it?
That's
If-
true, actually.
Leah will kill you.
Oh, you know why he can't do that, Daka? You know why he can't do that?
Mm.
Because we have our resident lady commander who can tell when he fucking lies.
That's true.
That is
We
also
have Lucina smell your bullshit.
true. I can smell bullshit from a mile away.
Actually, it's more like 30 feet, but you know. Actually, I don't know that. Maybe it
I
isn't
really
far.
put my heart into it.
If I
okay,
put my
fellas,
heart into it.
I'm gonna go to sleep. Actually, I just noticed I didn't remember to change Lucina's.
I also would like to say, actually, to defend Lilia the entire time, she never strayed from her point of just trying to be on the horizontal with Kayla.
No,
Just the
I
part
know.
that was not going with her.
I'm doing the you know, I know that, and I love you.
Lilia's not changed her stance the entire time. Just like to say that.
No, yes, I saw that, like, I saw your game. I saw what your angle was.
The game never changed from the
I
get
know.
go. It was like Lily's just trying to be like, I don't care if you're a demon. Like, I'm a weird lad baby. It's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, no, but
Oh, yeah,
when
no,
you're in
I
the
care
rest
about
of the group,
lying
you know.
that you're a demon. Very specific.
Lily didn't really care that she lied about it. I mean,
Level
it's a
with
scary
us.
world
What's
to
your
be in.
agenda here?
What's what?
My Zell's whole thing was just level with us. What's your agenda? Why are you here?
Drink
Yeah.
this, eat this peanut box.
He never said that.
What is your agenda? No, yeah, I know. But still, you know, it gets associated with the entire
Yeah.
Mhm,
party.
mhm.
You guys don't have enough of a relationship to her where she was just going to start separating things.
Yeah. We
I
are
think
still
there's a
one
very-
group. We are not individual people.
Yeah,
Correct.
I do think there's a very big difference between asking someone to do something and just actively being violent, though.
Well, I know. but
Luna was
you
the
were-
one that
but
threw the
she-
holy water.
She was
at her.
definitely being coerced into it, you know.
Hmm.
Because she's not dumb. She knows that you guys know that she is a demon, and that therefore you're basically saying, reveal yourself or drink this poison. And she was like, I do not wish to reveal myself. Not here, not now, whatever. But she was very definitely not wanting to do that. And then you were like, okay, drink this poison anyway.
No, as a person that tells the truth very honest, like very consistently. It does irk me when people try to twist it on you. It's just like, well, I don't want to do that. It's like, well, so I'm the bad guy now.
I think there are degrees, right? Like in my mind, there were definitely ways you could corner her or trying to like convince her without necessarily cornering her in such a way.
Yeah, I probably could have taken her to the side and tried to talk to her.
Yeah, exactly.
But if
Like,
she
you could
immediately
have-
lied to me, then it would be like, okay, well now I just know we're lying.
well, yeah,
We're in this weird spot where
but yeah, there were. It was an approach. It was not a wrong or a right approach. It was just an approach. But every kind of approach that you have makes certain things easier and other things harder. It was very effective, at least at exposing her very quickly and decisively to Rella, for instance. Even if
Exposure.
Even if perhaps traumatically so.
Yeah, maybe a little drama.
Yeah.
But I need to go to sleep. So
Yeah.
we will pick things up
Night.
next
I
week. Good
need
night, y'all.
to piss.
Bye.
Bye.